5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Weekend confirmed.
Ignition. Liftoff. Liftoff.
Hey you guys, it's David Jaffe, the co-director of the new Twisted Metal for PlayStation 3. I'm here before the Weekend Confirmed podcast, and I got some questions from y'all. Let's see, I'll just go through a couple of them. This is from Bearpaw B. He says, what are Jaffe's long-term Vita plans? Am I getting one at launch? I don't know, am I getting one at launch? I hope so. My little fantasy is Sony's like, here, Jaffe, here's a free one, but I'd still buy one because I got to play with one. I haven't, all the trade shows I've been busy, pimping Twisted, so I haven't had a chance to really get hands-on. And I finally got to do hands-on. We were on the set of the Tester, the third season, and they had one there, and I was like, it was really cool to play the new Uncharted, and Marvel Capcom 3 was really, really cool. So I will definitely be getting one. Whether it's the day of the launch, I have no clue. I think it comes out the week after Twisted hits, so I'm probably going to be like just absolutely out of my mind, sleeping like crazy. But soon, yes. My plans in terms of developing, right now we have no Vita plans, which isn't to say we're not interested. It's just it hasn't come across our plate, and we haven't really kind of gone out. We're still totally knee deep in Twisted, but we'd love to develop for it if the opportunity was given to us by Sony. That would be really cool. Air Force Chico writes to me and says, what changes are being made to the core gameplay loop to update the original design for modern taste? Well, it's a great question. How do I speak to this? Here's what I will say. A lot of times when that question comes, I could spend hours on this fucking question. A lot of times when people ask that, and they talk about sort of the modern evolution of the shooter or online gaming in general, a lot of what they're talking about is the metagame. They're talking about the perks, they're talking about the unlock, they're talking about sort of a very substantial sort of metagame that sits on top of the moment-to-moment gameplay. Now, I will tell you, the new Twisted absolutely has a metagame, but it's nowhere near as robust as games like Battlefield 3 and Modern Warfare 3, and it's not intended to be. Where we put most, if not kind of not all, but most of our effort and passion was actually, when you say core gameplay loop, really was in the moment-to-moment experience, because we were feeling that while a lot of the shooters online have made amazing strides in the metagame, the moment-to-moment experiences, while incredibly polished and fun, to us there were things that they were lacking that for us as gamers that we wanted to see. And so we really put a lot more effort into both the breadth of weapons and mechanics, and also the depth in terms of being able to use different weapons in different ways based on the scenario that you're in, whether it's a mode-based scenario or a card that you have that's a really good rammer that determines sort of, okay, which sidearm you pick and which version of your alt special you choose, whether it's primary or secondary. There's a lot of the nuance and depth that's actually in the moment-to-moment when you're controlling your vehicle in the game. And so that's where we've really upgraded it and brought it into sort of modern times versus sort of doing what a lot of other shooters do and sort of spending that time on the metagame. And the last question is the Fab for Beatles, who tweets me a lot. I think that's this guy. He seems a real loyal, dedicated Twisted fan. So A, thank you for that. And B, I have one. Why is he releasing the demo for Twisted after it launches? We're actually not. That may have just been bad communication on my part. We're going to be putting the demo out. I don't know if it's the week before or 2 weeks before Valentine's Day, but there will be a demo before Twisted Metal comes out. And thank you guys for all the questions. Appreciate it.
Technical things are always something that you can get someone to solve. It's sort of that thing with piracy. If someone writes code to protect something, someone else can hack it. And hardware works about the same way. There'll be a year or two while folks are getting accustomed